everybody, it's me, Scrabble Guy, and welcome to ScrabbleGuy.com, Winning Scrabble Secrets. Alrighty, this video is going to be as if you never played the game before. Brand new player, you can't spell cat if I spotted you, the C and the A. This is for brand new beginners. I'm going to show you the basics of Facebook Scrabble. Alright, let's get started. Here is the board on which we play. Now, I happen to have, you'll like this, I learned to play way back last century, right? Old school, the 1900s. This is the old school Scrabble board. And so you'll notice this one here is identical. We've got 15 rows and 15 columns. And down here you see a rack of tiles. These are not letters, these are tiles. Here's a rack, here's the old school rack, old school tiles, right? There you go. Beautiful. Okay, same thing here. There are 100 tiles in the game, and the idea is to place your word on the board to get maximum points and win. It's that simple. The beauty is your old buddy Scrabble Guy is going to show you how to do that to become a winning Scrabble rack star. Okay, so we've got the game. All these colored squares are the premium squares. Let's start with the one in the middle. Your opening play always has to go through this middle red and white star. Okay, you can play vertically or horizontally as long as one of your tiles touches that star. What's cool about being the opening player is you get double word score for your opening play, so that's pretty cool too. Okay, the blue DL, which stands for double letter, allows your value of your tile, in this case the 5 on the K, to become 10, right? Double letter. If you can play it both ways, which I will show you in one of my other video clips, you maximize your points, you blow up your score, okay? And that's what it's all about. Double letter on the light blue. The green squares with the TL are triple letter, so that K now becomes 15. It's a beautiful thing. Now if you play it in conjunction with the DW, which is double word, you get huge, massive points. The DW here is double word. The orange TW is triple word. So we have double letter, double word, triple word. And it's how you place the tiles. Scrabble is not necessarily about the words. Everyone says it's a word game. Well, yes, you have to use words to play. However, it's a real estate, location, strategy game, okay? It's a problem-solving game. You are going to get so addicted, you're going to become like Scrabble Guy without the hat. Which, by the way, I made this myself. What do you think? Is it on straight, or is that just my head? Okay, so back to work here. So let's take a quick look at the rack of tiles. You always have 7 tiles on your rack. When you make a play, let's say you make a play for 5 tiles, you get 5 back. You always have 7, unless of course at the end of the game when there are less than 7 tiles left in the bag here. And this is the tile left bag, which tells you exactly what's left in the bag and what your opponent has out. So right now, you can see there are 7 tiles on my rack. My opponent has also been issued 7 tiles. 7 plus 7, if you went to public school, is 14. You subtract 14 from 100, you get 86. That's why we know those are the tiles left in the game. Okay, now before we make our first play, let's take a look up here. You'll see there are 2 avatars with my picture and this dude I'm playing. And you'll notice there are no scores, okay? The highlighted one is the person whose turn it is. We have not made a play yet, so there is no score. What's great about this instead of old school we had to use this stuff. Does this look familiar? You know, paper, pencil, you had to like keep track. This is Facebook. It's all done for you. It's a beautiful thing. So it'll keep score for you automatically. You don't have to be a math whiz or anything. It's brilliant. Okay, here in this lower quadrant, here we have a chat capacity. So you know how online we always like to chat, so I always like to say a little "what's up" or "how you doing" to my opponent. Here's a hint. Don't get caught up in too much chatting. The reason being, it'll distract you from the game. If all you're doing is chit-chatting, well, that's okay. But you're not going to be a Scrabble playing rack star. You've got to focus on the tiles, on the board, on the game. What I like to do is if my opponent makes a nice play or maybe plays an interesting word, I'll type in a little "nice play, way to go." I'll use some of that modern, texting language. "You are my BFF. LOL." That was stolen from the Geico commercial. Okay, so we did a little chat here. Next is something that I don't encourage you to use because I think it's cheating, and that is the dictionary. There is a dictionary here. You can look up a word before you play it. Here's the deal. Facebook Scrabble will not allow you to make a play that's not valid, that's not contained in the dictionary. So if you type in a word that is not acceptable, a little screen will come up, invalid, and you'll have to recall the tiles. It won't let you play a non-acceptable word. So why have a dictionary? I think that's cheating. Now, here is a button that will show you all the 101 two-letter words that are acceptable in Scrabble. Here's the deal. I've got a whole series of videos on my website that show you exactly how, when, where to play the two-letter words for maximum result. So having them here, I think if you're a brand new player, okay, but don't get in the habit of cheating, okay? I don't think it's fair. Don't use the dictionary. You don't need it. Okay, here's the next thing. It's the moves button. As the game progresses, you'll see player name will be here, the word that was played, the points, and the total. And that's pretty cool. So you can go back and take a look at what's been played, what the last word was, so on and so forth. And it keeps a running total of everything. Like I showed you before, here are the tiles remaining. There's also a really cool swap feature. Here's how that works. Let's say you have Drek, and this is not a very good opening rack, okay? I like to have like an E and a blank and an S. We call those the Wheel of Fortune letters. I don't have those. I have got, I see one word that'll be fun. But if, let's say I didn't want to have two I's, and let's say I didn't want to have a U, then I could just exchange those. I would hit yes. You would lose your turn. When you exchange or swap, as it's called, you'll lose your turn. I'm going to show you exactly when and how to swap on some other videos I have on the website, so be looking for those. I'm not going to swap this, okay? I'm going to keep what I have and be happy with it. Here we have the ABC button, watch my rack. When I hit that, it puts all my tiles in alphabetical order. Some players prefer looking at their racks and in alphabetical order they've memorized certain word lists. You know, that's nut job stuff. That's people that have no lives. That's the socially inept, hygienically challenged Scrabble player. That is not you, that's not me. We want to have fun. We're not going to learn wacky stuff like that because it's a useless waste of brain wattage. So, we're going to shuffle instead. Just going to shuffle around a little bit, watch the tiles move around. Here's what shuffling does. Sometimes a word will jump out at you, okay? Because it's tough to look at tiles and put words together. That's a lot of work. We don't want to do that much work. We want to score a lot of points, have a lot of fun. So we let the finger do the walking and the pushing, and we can look and maybe, like Tiki, T-I-K-I, like the Tiki torch. Okay, that just jumped out. I'm sure that's a good play. Kid, K-I-D, kit. They just sort of spell themselves. Now, what's very important to know for Scrabble, even though it's called a word game, Scrabble is more of a real estate game. It's about placing location, placing the high premium tiles in places where they can score the most points, leaving you the best rack lead for future plays, and maximizing your position and everything to score you the most points and win the game. So it's not the word. I could play a cool word here and get 8 points. Well, I don't want to play cool words for 8 points. I want to play words that get me the most points, that give me the best rack lead for when my other tiles come and join the tiles that are left on my rack. They will join together to form bingos. Bingos is our purpose for living. If you play all 7 of your tiles in one turn, you get 50 bonus points. Imagine doing that once or twice a game. And the way you get bingos is not by waiting around for the right letters to magically just sort of appear. No, you strategically play off certain letters, keep other letters, and combine. They will score you bingos. That's how the experts, the pros, the geniuses, that's how they win. I'm going to show you those same techniques. It's easy, okay? Got a lot of video clips on the website that will show you that. Okay, let's get back to shuffling. So I have found a word. I'm going to place it, and here we go. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. Idiot. Okay. Now, before I hit the play button, did you notice how the skip button just now became the play button? Anytime you place a tile on the board, it's now active. So if I were to hit the play button, that word is now, it's activated, it's recorded, it's punched in. It's too late. We're playing that word. Now here's the deal. I'd be an idiot for making this play because the vowel here, the O, has been placed next to a premium square. You never, ever, 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 if you can help it, want to place vowels next to premium squares, because my opponent could come back, for example, with jab, J-A-B. Joe is good. Joe is a legal play in Scrabble. That's one of the two-letter words, which I will teach you. A-T, at, of course, is good. Jab. So now that 8-letter J becomes worth 32 points. Plus 2 for the A, that's 34. Plus 6 for the B, that would be 40. Plus a T. So if I play idiot here for 14 points, my opponent could come back for a 30, 40, 50-point play. So let me ask you something. If you score 12, 14, 16 points and your opponent scores 25, 30, 40, 50, who's going to win? Okay, so we are not going to be idiots by placing idiot here, because we don't want the vowel next to the premium square. What we're going to do is hit recall, and we're going to play idiot right there. Now watch this. No vowel next to a premium square. I still get the same amount of points, 14 points. I have my KU rack leave, which is maybe not the best, but I think this might be the best play that we have. So if we're ready to go, here's what we like to do. On the count of 3, you'll be doing a lot of this. 3, 2, 1, boom! Dial up. And our new rack is not the best. We've got 2 U's. U's are not good. We've got 2 of them. That's twice as bad. But you know what? We already have some words here. For example, did you know that yuck, Y-U-K, is a legal play? And if we place the Y and the K in the right spot, we can get tons of points. Get rid of the junk, get tons of points, and play winning Scrabble. All right, folks, good luck to you. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you in the next segment. Make it happen.